Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm really happy you're here. This episode is designed especially for upper intermediate learners. That's for those of you who can already speak in English, but want to take the next step. More fluency, more independence, and more confidence. Today, we're diving into a big challenge that many English learners face. Maybe you've thought about this too. It's the belief that to really speak English well, you must have a speaking partner. Have you ever said to yourself, if only I had a native speaker to practice with, then I'd finally be fluent? Well, on the surface, it sounds logical, right? Language is for communication. So, of course, you imagine needing someone on the other side of the conversation. But here's the surprising truth. That's a misconception. A misconception just means a mistaken idea. And this particular one has held back thousands of learners and left many disappointed. The reality is, you don't need another person to practice with every single day. In fact, you can build fluency completely on your own. And sometimes practicing by yourself can actually be more powerful because you're in control. You set the pace, you choose the topic, you decide the focus. You don't need to wait on anyone. Now, let's pause here and think, why do the usual methods often fail, especially for people learning on their own? Maybe you've been in a class where 20 students take turns and you only get to speak for 2 minutes. Or maybe you had a speaking partner who was nice but never corrected you, so you kept repeating the same mistakes. Or maybe you just had the occasional online conversation. Fun in the moment, but not enough repetition to really grow. These methods can leave you feeling stuck because fluency isn't built in short bursts. It's built by speaking again and again, consistently, until the words flow naturally. So what's the alternative? What's the better path? The answer is self-directed practice. That simply means you take the lead. You guide yourself. You build your own fluency system that works every day without depending on a class schedule or someone else's time. You can practice whenever you want. One of the most powerful tools for this is what I call the inner conversation method, which is just a fancy way of saying talking to yourself. Yes, really. You take the thoughts in your head and turn them into English words out loud. For example, imagine you're cooking breakfast. Instead of staying silent, narrate what you're doing like you're telling a story. I'm cracking the eggs. The pan is heating up. I think I'll add some cheese. By narrating your actions, you bring your thoughts to life in English. You become the storyteller of your own day. Another way is to respond to content. When you watch a news video, don't just sit back quietly. Pretend the presenter asked you what you think. Answer out loud. Well, I don't completely agree with that. From my point of view, it's more complicated. You're training your brain to react quickly, just as in a real conversation. Then there are self-dialogues, which are super effective. You play both roles in a conversation. It feels strange at first, but it works beautifully. You can practice debates, explanations, or even storytelling. For example, so the main character wants to escape the city, but he doesn't have enough money. By doing both sides, you practice the rhythm of real conversation without needing a partner. And today, technology makes this even easier. You now have AI conversation partners like ChatGPT. Imagine it's midnight, and you suddenly feel like practicing ordering food in a restaurant You can do it instantly, without waiting for a class or a partner. Plus, many apps now give you a personalized learning path. That means they adjust to your progress and guide you on what to practice next. You don't waste time repeating what you already know. You focus on the areas that will push you forward. Now, let's build your daily fluency blueprint. A blueprint is just a plan, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Even 15 minutes a day of focused, consistent practice can change your fluency over time. Think of it like exercise. You don't get strong from one 3-hour workout. You get strong by showing up regularly. Same with English. So here's what your daily routine could look like. Morning, narrate your actions while getting ready. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm choosing my clothes. Afternoon, listen to a short podcast or video, then talk back to it. Share your opinion. Evening, practice a short self-dialogue, like telling someone about your day. Today I was busy. First I did this, then I did that. That way, you've spoken in English 3 different times during the day, without anyone else. Here's another powerful tip. Track your progress. Record your voice once a week and save it. At first, you'll notice mistakes, but after a few weeks, you'll hear the difference. You'll hear growth, and that will motivate you to keep going. Remember, fluency isn't built in one big step. It's built piece by piece, like a house. Brick by brick, word by word, sentence by sentence. If you show up daily, even with small efforts, you'll create something permanent and powerful. So let's come back to the main question. Do you really need a partner to speak English every day? The answer is no. You can absolutely unlock fluency on your own. All you need are the right methods, inner conversation, self-dialogues, narrating your daily life, the right tools like AI partners, and most importantly, consistency and a clear vision. Every single time you speak out loud in English, you're strengthening your fluency muscle. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need to wait for a partner. You already have everything you need to begin right now. So here's my challenge to you. Right after this podcast, say something out loud. If you disagree with me, say it out loud. If you agree, summarize what you learned in your own words. Try a quick self-dialogue or narrate the next thing you do. Start your solo fluency journey now, because the best speaking partner you will ever have is actually yourself. Thanks for joining me today on the Let's Talk English podcast.